Next category we have is frozen and canned vegetables. So we're going to start with the frozen. The first thing you're going to look for in frozen vegetables is spinach. And that's what the assessment tool is looking for. I personally did not find much frozen spinach in stores, so I always had to put in an alternate item. The most common ones I saw were frozen broccoli, frozen cauliflower, and then a frozen like veg medley. So for your alternate item, just pick one that you just want to go with. It doesn't really matter. And then also, if they have spinach, put that too. If they have spinach and other items, put spinach and an alternate item so that we can compare the price of the spinach to the other item. And then it's also really important, question number 3, number of varieties of frozen vegetables. So that is including the spinach and the alternate item and anything else they have. So for example, if they have spinach and broccoli and cauliflower, you're gonna mark the price and the ounces of spinach. You're gonna put in broccoli as your alternate item. And then for number of varieties, you're gonna put 3 because you have spinach, broccoli, and cauliflower. The ounces per package, that is column number 3, right next to the price. And you can find that in the bottom right corner of pretty much every package of frozen vegetable. It's just right there. And then for canned vegetables, you want to have them without sauce. And I forgot to mention that goes for the frozen vegetables too. Most frozen vegetables I encountered were just plain, just the vegetable flash frozen. But you might see some that are like maybe like an Asian stir fry blend and they have extra sauces and stuff on it. You don't want to record those. We're just looking at the price and availability of plain vegetables without any additional sauces added. And that's the same for the canned. Again, most canned vegetables that I encountered were just plain in water. But just be aware to read labels and be aware of what you're assessing. And so green beans is the canned vegetable option that you want to write down first. And I pretty much saw green bean cans in every store I went to. So you should really look for those because they should be there. Again, you're going to write down the price and the ounces. And this gets a little confusing, this column, because as you can see, first you say, is it available? Yes or no. And then you go to price per can. And so if that says like 75 cents, then you're going to write that down. That's what most of them were in my experience. And then the 2 bubbles under ounces per can, you're going to write if that is 75 cents per ounce or if that's 75 cents per can. And in my experience, they were all listed as price per can. So that's what you're going to put. You're going to put price and then you're going to fill in the bubble under can so that we know it was 75 cents per can. And then fill in one alternate item. And then again, you're going to count the number of all of the varieties and fill in the bubble under how many there were total. And that includes green beans plus your alternate item. And then for the low sodium criteria, I will show you that here. So I didn't see many low sodium criterias, and that's less than 200 milligrams. And you don't need to look at the nutrition labels of every can to look at the sodium. You can just see it on the can label. It'll say low sodium, like this one on the left, like seasoned sensibly, lower sodium. And then on the right, this one says no salt added. So that would also meet the low sodium criteria. So just be aware of reading labels, read your labels for any added sauces or any added salt, okay? Again, in my opinion, I didn't encounter many low sodiums and I didn't encounter any added seasonings or sauces. So it should just be pretty straightforward. Next, we're going to go on to frozen and canned fruits. So for frozen fruits, the first one we're looking for is strawberries. It was about 50-50 in my experience of if I saw strawberries or not. Again, you need to have no sugar added in the frozen fruit. Most frozen fruit doesn't have any sugar added, but just double check the back of each frozen fruit just to make sure. There shouldn't be a lot of frozen fruits. Usually I saw only like 3 different kinds. So just quickly flip them over, make sure there's no added sugar. And as you'll see here for the frozen fruit, there is no spot to put number of varieties like we did for the frozen vegetables, but I would like y'all to put the number of varieties. So in the comment section, if you could just write down how many varieties of frozen fruit there were, I would really appreciate that. And then for canned fruit, you'll notice that it says in natural juice or water. And I will explain on the next slide what that means, but it's pretty straightforward. You're going to find pineapple. Most stores have pineapple, and then you're going to put one alternate item, and then you'll put the number of varieties of canned fruit. So in natural juice or water, in my experience, most of the canned fruit was not in natural juice or water. So if you look on the left, this says fruit cocktail in heavy syrup. That's just syrup filled with sugar. We're not recording those. We don't want that. A lot of cans also say in light syrup. That's not much better. That's still not water. What we're looking for is either one that says 100% juice in 100% fruit juice. That's good. Or the one on the right that is also branded as no added sugar, 100% pineapple juice. So that's what we're looking for. And when you're doing your assessments, be really careful in this section because there is a lot of heavy and light syrup, and usually they're written in pretty small font too. So just really read your labels when you're in the canned fruit section. And you can also flip them over and look for the added sugar. When we get to juices, I will be going over how to read labels for added sugar.